Last time on Big B Builders. It rained and I got wet. We went over a basic introduction to our newest video series, 40 Burr Oak Court, a custom home that will be built on this lot by Big B Builders. We covered flagging the lot and the basic shape and outline that this house will take. We found some geese on a roof. So now, let's hop in the truck, head over to the build site, and start today's adventure. Hey everyone, this is Kurt B with Big B Builders back here at the build site. We're here at 40 Burr Oak Court, our second project site, getting ready to start excavating. We have the site all flagged out, the excavator's here, and we're just going to go over a few things before we start digging. First, we have to determine how high out of the ground we want the top of the foundation walls to sit. This is going to help us decide how deep to dig the foundation. Next, we have to locate the sewer stub. This is the point where the house's wastewater will enter into the city's sewer line to be transported to the city's water treatment plant. We won't be installing the water stub during this video or today. This is because the lot has different rules regarding tapping into the city's water. That is something that the city is going to have to come out and do themselves. Once our excavator is ready, we're going to start digging. I have a bunch of cool time-lapse video to show you and some drone footage that'll detail the entire process. You can see me down there with my foreman Sam, learning how to best control this drone to show you the coolest parts of building a new house. Well, enough of me talking, let's get started. Just kidding, it's more of me talking. I'm out here on this beautiful morning, the day we intend to break ground. I'm with the guys from Spencer Construction. They're an excavating team here in Iowa City, and these guys are the best. We're gonna take that excavator right there and dig this foundation. First, we're gonna shoot some sights. I don't know if you saw it out in that corner as I was panning around with the camera, but there is a machine over there that is generating a laser field over the ground so that we can use a receiver tool to tell just how high out of the ground the walls of our foundation will be. If you missed it because I've been moving very fast, there it is again, right there. And if you missed that one, I'll put up a picture of it right now. This is a laser level. It sits on a tripod, and when you turn it on, it automatically levels itself, and then that little blue light up top starts to spin around really fast and projects a laser over the ground in 360 degrees. Then what we do is we take that thing that looks like a measuring stick, that's actually called a transit rod, and we mount the receiver to the transit rod. Now remember, the laser level on the tripod, which is currently behind us, is still projecting that laser perfectly level at a specific height. That height is really determined by how high it is set up on that tripod. So he's going to go and take the transit rod with the receiver attached to it, he's walking over there right now, and he's going to hold it up until he hears it beeping, and when it hits a solid beep, that means that point on the transit rod where the receiver is attached is perfectly level with the laser level machine. He's going to read the transit rod, which is marked in feet and inches, and then write down that measurement. We know how high the walls for the foundation are supposed to be. That's marked on the blueprints. What we're really trying to figure out is how high out of the ground they will be once we start digging. For this project, we chose to have the back of the house, which is the highest point of the land, stick out of the ground 3.5 feet. He then uses the transit rod with the receiver attached and walks forward to where we're standing right now in order to pick up that level signal from the laser level. Once he receives that signal, he uses the measurement from when he held it up right here compared to the measurement he took initially back in the corner where we knew it was sticking out 3.5 feet from the ground, and he determines that at this point of the foundation wall we'll be sticking out about 5 feet. He just used his hand to show us on the transit rod where that's going to be sticking out. So that means the back of the house to the front of the house, there's quite a bit of slope in the land, even though it doesn't look like it on camera. Once the excavator starts digging, our operator will occasionally get out of the cab and use this laser level system in order to make sure where he's digging is going to be at the correct depth so that we can have the walls perfectly level once we finish pouring. Alright, that's enough of this. Let's start digging. Our excavator operator is in the machine. He's hooking up the bucket and doing some test movements to make sure he's all hooked up correctly. The first thing that we are going to need to dig is the sewer stub. As I mentioned earlier, the sewer stub is where the wastewater from the house is going to flow into the city's wastewater system and carry it away. It's your drain, basically. We know it's roughly located over to on the left of the property near that blue porta potty, but we're not exactly sure where it is. You'll see us talking to the excavator driver, and then we all run over there to try and find it. But it's buried, and the marker has either been buried along with it or has broken off over time. This lot hasn't been touched since 1997. So he's going to drive his excavator over there, and we have a rough idea of where it is, so we're just going to do a couple of test digs, like he's doing right now, to see if he can find that buried marker, which would indicate the location of the sewer stub. He has found it, and he is now going to start digging a trench from where the sewer stub is located to the corner of where the house will be. Then we're going to truck in some rock, put it in the trench to create a bed. Then we're going to lay a pipe on top of that rock bed, hook it up to the sewer, pour some more rock over it, and then rebury it. We'll mark where inside the house we've left it so that when the plumbers come in to hook into the sewer, they'll know exactly where it is. Let's watch our excavator dig for a little bit. I'll speed up the video, and you'll know when we're about to switch to a different angle when you see my pretty face run up to the camera and try to move it because the battery's about to die. Here I come. The battery's dead. Let's switch over to an aerial view from our drone. Remember, we're still digging the trench for the sewer stub on this part of the excavation. Digging a trench takes time. How about I speed things up and show you a picture of what it looks like when we've finished digging this trench. Here it is. It's kind of long and it angles to the side. That's me on the lawnmower. Don't mow and text. Don't text and drive. Well everybody, that's it for today. You could consider this video a part 1. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing so you can watch part 2, where we'll put the sewer line in the trench that we just dug and start digging the hole for the actual foundation. I'll also go over a quick update of what parts of the house are going to be where, specifically the garage and the utility room, because those are the two we're going to have to focus on first. I'll also show you a short clip of a dump truck delivering a large load of rock for us to use as a temporary driveway. Until the next adventure, thanks for tuning in.